David, you recently tweeted that you thought of 23 new app ideas. Can you share some of them with us today?
Yeah, I have a lot of app ideas, such as What is App is a good one, which is similar to the already popular WhatsApp. But mine's more formal. And then... Yodeler is similar to Grindr, but it tells you where nearby Swiss people are. And then the big one for me is Fartsam, which is similar to Shazam, which is the app that can identify whatever song is. But with Fartsam, if you walk into the room, there's an unclaimed fart cloud within the room. You just thrust Fartsam into the midst of it, and the person's face comes up on it. That technology may not exist yet, but that's for the nerds to work out. I'm the ideas guy. Thank you. I feel what Countdown needs is a sort of Simon Cowell type figure who's not afraid to be a bit, you know, like, you guys are good, but you could be, like, look what you're dealing with here. Yeah. There could be a lot more sass. So say the next time John gets a four-letter word, so you could say, oh, you know what? I see another four-letter word, John. Shit. And then the audience all start to chant crayons, crayons. And then Rachel comes over with a dunce hat and gives him crayons and a colouring book, and then he does that for the next round. That would be an option. Say someone gets an old-fashioned sort of word, like frock or wireless. You could go, hey, you're not on Countdown Abbey. Right? And then it's like zing, and then you high-five the front row.
I suppose, you know, first things first, I don't associate leprechauns with Christmas. Why are you dressed like that?
Just so everyone knows, leprechauns are quite offensive to a lot of Irish people because they represent stereotypes.
You realise you're saying this while wearing that, yeah?
It's a different hat. If it was like a top hat, then that might work. If it was a pure red hat, I'd be a gnome. There's a subtle difference between the different slightly magical creatures going on here.
That's all well and good, but just tell us where your gold is buried.
David recently featured in a documentary about homeless people living on the streets. He wasn't meant to, he just popped out to the shops.
And this is what I get.
It looks like they've taken you in and sort of washed you.
I tried to make achievable health goals. I did a no lilt February. But, you know, 1st of March then, tropical.
David has that just got out of bed look, if the bed was some flattened cardboard boxes in the doorway of a Curry's Digital.
You look like Dracula's less successful younger brother.
Calm down. OK, David, let's hear yours.
Grays. But there's no R.
This programme normally has intelligent people on it. I'm disrespecting the Institute. I'm so sorry.
And John's come this evening dressed as Rupert the Bear.
I'm currently in training to be the next David O'Doherty, and it's going very well. The T-shirt under the T-shirt under the cardigan.
In many ways, my winter look is just all of my summer looks worn at the same time. These are all of my clothes.
When he was young, David wanted to be a professional cyclist. It's probably for the best that it didn't happen, though. Imagine that in lycra shorts.
It's funny you mention that, because I do love cycling, and these trousers, I might as well show you this, are specifically cycling commuter jeans, which is, they have a fully reinforced padded gusset on them.
Oh,
there.
They do!
Can you see that?
I can confirm, that is very padded.
Are you wearing Always Ultra? Because it looks like you've got an Always Ultra in. It looks like...
Can you go rollerblading in those? Yeah.
I'm not saying Susie's anecdotes about lexicography are boring, but it's illegal to talk to her whilst operating heavy machinery.
Susie, stop this. I've been on this show a few times, and this always happens, okay?
Yeah,
and
me
so I think what we need is a more aggressive return, okay? And I thought this might happen, so I've written some put-downs that you just need to slam back, okay?
Well, I'll just do the next.
Yeah, you do that one.
The only person who's put more people to sleep than Susie is the manager of Dignitas.
Jimmy, you look like the average man on the street, and that street is creepy ventriloquist doll street in a weird-looking town.
We've got 2 more of those, so if anything else comes... We've got 1 more of those. We're ready.
David's knowledge of the dictionary is encyclopedic, which unfortunately is the wrong book. David's written a play called I Can't Sleep, which is not a problem you'll have if you go and see it.
Oh, my goodness. It was a kids' show. It was for kids. There was 2 beds on stage, and we were both asleep when the audience came in, and then I woke up, and the audience had to tell me how to get back to sleep. And at the end, we were asleep, and the audience walked out. And in the last time we did it, an 8-year-old, as he walked past, just punched me in the balls. Aisling had a good one. Auditor. I thought that was very good, Aisling.
Comes from the Latin meaning to hear.
The Latin to hear.
Yeah.
Could you not say boring things?
I've got 1 left.
Yeah, give me one more.
Lay it on him, Dent.
Do you want to come at me first? Jimmy, your laugh is beautiful. And by beautiful, I mean sounds like a balloon animal being violated by a fox.
Every time I've ever been on this programme, I get, the next day, I'd say at least 6 tweets from people saying they've found someone who looks a lot like me. This is just a very common setup. And so I put together some of the best. We start with a classic. It's E.T. era Steven Spielberg.
That's the one on the left, yeah?
Alf. This is a good one. It's an ancient ceramic lion from a museum in Scotland, someone said to me after the last time I was on this show. This Antarctic explorer. I'll be honest, that is actually me. I just wanted to dress up as an Antarctic explorer. So I put that in there as a curveball. And then I get told a lot I look like the late Keith Moon, the amazing drummer from The Who. But what's interesting about this one is that John Entwistle, the bass player from The Who, looks a lot like Joe Wilkinson. So this is a picture of not me and not Joe Wilkinson hanging out.
And in charge of the numbers, it's Rachel Riley. Rachel is like a film star. Unfortunately, that film is Rain Man.
I thought it was going to be a dancing joke. I'll take Rain Man, that's fine.
She's also shit at dancing.